Hey YouTube, this is Prometheus, guys, giving you more than the meta. So I want to go ahead and show you some more gameplay online with the Rams offense. This is Mega Scheme. I've been working multiple different formations, but I've really settled into one of my primary formations, which is this gun trio Y-off formation. It really just has really good effectiveness for it. Close formation. So let's go and jump into this gameplay. Going against a guy that's, I think, using the Eagles as his team, and that's just a roster that is really, really good. Once again, I'm going to go ahead and check this out. It's going to be the Y-off trio close. Base formation, I'm leveraging an outside zone just to see if I can catch his defense out of position with his line up. And you can see right there, I could go to the outside, but I just don't like the leverage. So I go into the duo. This has been a really good play, but the problem with the duo sometimes is that you get these defenders that basically are not, a defender that's actually covered. He actually shoots the gap perfectly. Gets me in the backfield. I'm able to fall forward for a yard, but that was basically busted play. So I jump into this motion play. Now, ideally, you want to do, when you do this auto motion, my first read is going to be this guy right here because of leverage opportunities. And I streak this guy up to try to open up a corner on the backside. Now, when you're on this hash, you want to fade this guy up so he can pull a third defender up. You don't want to do a streak route, but I think I was looking to this route all the way. This is really my primary route, but the problem is that when you're on this hash, you have less area to work with, and as a result, it's going to be a little bit tighter of a throw. So we go ahead and run this. I'm looking for the leverage, snap the ball, and you can see really there's nobody out here. This is wide open, and this he's completely out leveraged. He's out of position. So I throw it. He's able to go and rally and tackle me just for a few yards, 7 yards in that. So I get into a 3rd and 2 situation. I go ahead and jump into this play, which is really, really good to use. What I'm doing with this particular route is I'm actually just trying to clear out this route to preoccupy these guys and see if I can get this guy here on an island. So unless this guy comes down and plays a hard flat, he's always going to get leverage. I'll be able to pop that. And what I do is I give myself a check down. So if this guy defender slides out, I can actually go and hit this route on the backside. Now I can look at these route combinations below, and this is like a kind of a check and a release. But I wanted to go to the left side of the formation, especially with it being close. So I'm seeing this area open, wide open. This guy's kind of preoccupied with the running back. So this is going to be an easy completion, first down, but I get the ball deflected at the line of scrimmage. So as a result, I get myself into a 4th and 2nd situation in the first series, series right there. And this is a play I just like to sprinkle in. And what I do is it's got this deep in as a stock play. I want to clear this guy out right away and try to pull defenders. This is actually becoming one of my favorite plays in the Rams playbook and the way I set this up, because this little out route by the tight end gets an easy release, and that's a nice little play to go and jump into. And if he overplays that out route, that means that levels concept with the deep crosser is going to be wide open. Here's another play that I really, really like a lot. And I love this play just because it's an easy progressions and reads. So this is how I set this play up. I like to go ahead and take this guy, put this guy in a curl. I've got a drag, and basically what I'm looking to is always the wide side of the field. We're going to go 1, 2, and then 3 underneath. And I'm going to watch this defender and see if he gets supported. If he doesn't get supported, this defender kind of floats up. I'm always going to look to this route. And what's cool about it is that he usually will he'll catch the ball in his route. You can see how he's off coverage. He's got to play that deep third. I'm able to go ahead and get a nice rack yardage right there and pick up a first down. So I just love that play in this particular scheme. And that setup just makes it very easy to read and progress. So right here, I think I go with the off tackle, a run, and really this thing was bottled up. I might have been able to hit the edge, but I just didn't like the blocking with my tackle. So that basically only picked up a couple yards, and this guy's run defense is really stout for right now. Now here's the auto mesh. Now the auto mesh really is supposed to design to go like this, and then he comes up. But what's cool about this having mesh in your back pocket is all you have to do is you just make an adjustment with this outside receiver, and you've got mesh going the other way. So I got a flood version of mesh off to the other side. Throw the ball right in front of my defender. I've been doing these, but with those mesh drag routes, they actually have stop routes. And I've been seeing these guys have been just stopping, and basically the defender's carrying over. Going to the trap play, his defender just blows up my offensive lineman and gets in the backfield. 4th and 3 situation, so I'm just having a hard time just making plays underneath. Now I'm struggling to find a play, decide to go ahead and jump back into this play. So this is the same play I used previously, but the only difference now is that I've got a little bit more spread out. This guy's a little bit slid out, but I'm going to go ahead and do this. I'm looking to this route all the way, just because this guy has to play a deep play and protect over the top, and it's just a very easy progression. You can see how this guy slid out, and his user actually had to kind of slide out. So that's why I go to the progression underneath, which with the running back. So this is 1, this is 2. Throw it to the running back, and because I've got Swift, who's having a fairly solid year offensively, I'm able to go ahead and get a first down right there in another 4th down situation. So not moving as effectively as I want to. So now I jump into a play I haven't really shown a lot this year. This is just simple, quick snap play. I'm always looking to the flat right away. That's my first read. Then I'm going to look to this route, the second read, and then I've got basically a 3rd underneath, and then I got the 4th underneath. Post route is just a clear out route. It's just clearing out the defenders. I don't necessarily look to that route right away. You can see right here, I've got the flat with the tight end. And Loveland on the Chicago Bears team is a good run after catch tight end. Breaks tackles all the time. Here is a basic play that I've been using a lot. You've been seeing this in Chicago scheme. And all I really do is just look for the defenders. If they start sliding up and going this way, I've got a concept of the guy going over the top. I've got another guy that's kind of doing a drag. I'm going to put a return route on the backside. I like the return route because it's just there's nobody that can actually use those plays. It's just a little bit more consistent. I only pick up 4 yards against this guy's defense, so his defense is pretty much having his way. Now back to mesh. I'm going to streak this guy up and run everything pretty much the same. I'm going to go ahead and snap. Go ahead and put the guy in motion. And what you want to do is when the guy goes in motion, you want to see he's your alert. You're going to go ahead and just kind of check to see if you can hit that. And if you can hit it, throw it. So nobody goes out. His defender's kind of flat-footed. His user's a flat-footed. And there's nobody in this area right here. So I see it. Nobody slides out. I throw the ball immediately. And as a result, I get a nice little rack and get the ball into the end zone against my opponent and get myself a touchdown. So score's tied. Basically 7-7. A minute and 37 seconds left. I got to score quick. So I jump into this play, which is kind of a setup that I like to have. I've got a comeback route, a crosser, and basically kind of a hitch route. And then what I've been doing is putting this guy and putting him on basically an out route. It's just a fast little read that I can check down to. Plus it's really good because I'm on this side of the sideline. So if I get a little out and I'm able to go and pick up 5 or 6 yards and go out of bounds, I'm still moving the ball successfully. And let's set this up. So here's the setup with this. You can see how this guy kind of slid out. I didn't like that, so I just made my progressions on the other side. I just started looking to the other side. So what I'm really doing is I'm looking 1, 2, and then the 3 is the crosser right here is where I'm looking at. And I'm watching this defender kind of slide back, and I want to go ahead and hit this guy, but I watch his user falling into my little hitch zone. And by the time I try to get rid of the ball comes out, and I get smashed by his defensive end. So his defensive line was pretty much having a field day with me. Now back to the auto motion. And here you can see I make the right adjustment. I put this guy into a fade because I want to pull a 3rd up. And I come back to the underneath route. And if I get leverage, I'm going to take it. Defender kind of slides out. And you can see he actually gets out there right away and knocks the ball out. So I'm in a 3rd and 10 situation. So now this guy's pretty much having a field day against me. Now I jump into Mills. So one of the things I do with Mills is that once again I go ahead and put this guy into a streak. And really what I'm looking for is this deep out. I'm looking to see if this guy's in an island. If he turns his back, I'm going to hit this area right here. If a defender supports this out route, this guy slides out, I can hit this little this trail route and get an easy first down. But I've got myself a Mills concept on the back side. I've got a deep post, I've got an in route, and this little stick route is really not that great. So if I get match coverage, then this route, if I put him on a corner, should be wide open. So here's a theory against any kind of person that runs a lot of match coverage. You can see his users right here. He pulls himself out of position. He's supposed to take the tight end. I don't like how this guy's matched up. This guy's matched up on the backside. And he just, you can see he gets himself out of position, and the corner, this tight end route was wide open because he was running match coverage. And that was his responsibility, was a tight end. So I'm able to go and pick up a first down in that type of situation. Now I go into 0-1 trap with the expectation to shoot some clock. And once again, he gets some block shed action going right there, only holding me to 2 yards. Running game really was not working against this guy's front. His front was really getting good. Block shed, back to mesh again, and put a post over the middle of the field. And right here, I'm able to go and hit Loveland. And Loveland's able to go and fall into the end zone. I wanted to chew up a little bit more clock, but you got to take the touchdown when you get it. So I'm going to go ahead and take that right then and there. So here's another gameplay, or another play. This is basically tight formation, and it's just a halfback weak play. What I do is I like to flip it, and I'll motion this guy out as an extra blocker, an extra body. And this is one of the few situations where I'm going to be able to go ahead and get myself some pretty good blocking right here. He actually gets himself out of position, and all of his guys get jumbled up. I'm able to house this guy with a nice little weak zone play, go up another score against my opponent. I get a turnover against this guy down on the 20-yard line, and I'm thinking, okay, I want to try to chew down this clock as much as possible. I'm already in field goal range, so I'm going to be able to go up by 2 possessions. So what my goal right now is just try to get this clock down into the 4th quarter. And if I can get the ball into the end zone, that's fine. But I want to go ahead and try to basically do this. So I go back to this duo play, which has been very good for me. Look, his defender just was not blocked. No one blocked this guy. This guy's up. This guy's up. These guys are actually getting blocked. Everybody's getting blocked, but his user is not getting blocked. So if I could get past his user, this is a house call. But he was just filling the gap perfectly on that. So that was the only downside of running that play. And it was not working against this defensive front. And he was smart enough to stay in the hole and not get himself out of position. So right here, I go ahead and jump once again into this play. This is a nice little play just to get that out route. I don't look at the levels concept, but the levels concept can be really, really devastating. So I go ahead and run it again. And you can see how I'm just picking up a nice big chunk of yards. So it's like 9 yards. If I want to steal 9 yards, I jump into that route, that play. It's just very simple. Now I just go into basically a dive play, and I'm able to go ahead and fall forward barely against this stout Philadelphia defense. Go into a dive. Now I go into duo. I might take duo out. It's really only good for one defense, but this guy shot the gap with his defender. And I'm able to go and pick up a couple more yards right there. So you can see I'm just trying to chew this clock down. Get to the 4th quarter. And if I settle for 3 points, I settle for 3 points. It's all about possessions. Trap is really not a good play to run here just because he's got this cross flyer blitz looking. I get to the 4th quarter, and then I'm just going to go ahead and just try to chew the clock out. Take one more shot into the end zone. Should have probably stayed with basically this stretch play, but I decided to go inside zone just because his guys are kind of outside. And when I motion one guy in, he's able to go and shoot the gap, and I just settle for 3. So really for me, it was about clock management, taking away this guy's options, not giving him a lot of time. He ends up trying to lob a deep ball over my deep half safety. I'm able to come down and get an interception against this guy when he tries to take a shot. I figured out what his weakness was in defense, and I'll post that with my Patriots playbook, but I want to show that to you. So once again, guys, thank you for your support. Tell me what offensive playbook you guys are running with and what's your favorite formation. So put that down in the notes. Once again, thank you for your support. Until next time.